morning, TL Travelers, and welcome back to the TL Travel YouTube channel. Today we are in Lao. That is right, we are back on the road. I'm here at the Avani Plus Boutique Hotel in Luang Prabang, and I'm here with my friend Chris. You might recognize him from, he did some travels with us in Bali as well, so if you were watching our Bali content, he was definitely there, but he has been traveling ever since, so he's met me here in Luang Prabang to give me a hand as I explore the area. And today we're gonna go on a little bit of an adventure, go on a little excursion, if you will. So the plan today is we're gonna head to Kuang Si waterfall. I'm gonna call it Kuang Si. I have heard it called Kuang Sai as well, and I'm really not 100% certain like what the proper term is, but I'll leave the name for it down below so that you can check it out. And of course, I'm gonna have all the video content for you. So we have booked ourselves a private driver. There are a couple of different ways that you can go to the waterfall from here, and I will sort of talk about that a little bit later in this video. But for now, just know we've booked ourselves a driver and we are heading out nice and bright and early. And yeah, should be absolutely beautiful. So let's go check it out. Okay, so I have my sarong, I have a change of clothes, I have money, and then also I have some pills for motion sickness because yeah, tuk-tuks and windy roads, no thanks. Halfway now, and I must say these stairs look pretty slippery.
Later.
Okay everyone, so we're back at the hotel, and I suppose you want to know how much it cost, how we got there, how we enjoyed our experience, etc., so that you can plan for your trip to the falls as well. And yeah, I'm gonna give you all that information now. So the first thing that I want to kind of note is that, or just like talk about, is that the first time that I was here in Luang Prabang was 2009, and then I was back again in 2011. And on the 2009 trip, we did do the trip to the falls, and I absolutely loved it. It was so beautiful and just like so much fun to swim around and like, you know, enjoy a good time. At that time, you could swim at the base of the falls, and then you could also swim sort of in like an area closer to the top of the falls. This time around, so obviously like about 10 years since I've done the hike originally, we did the hike all the way up to the falls, and I mean, it was nice enough. It was a hike, and there was a bit of a viewpoint up there, but there was no pathway to get down and swim sort of one level deeper and like get that beautiful view. So yeah, I'm not sure. So if you've done that hike recently, I'd love to know in the comments below if you know how, or if you can still sort of drop down to like the second from the top level and go swimming. But we didn't see anybody down there. We couldn't find the path, and like the internet sort of led us to believe that that was no longer a thing that you were allowed to do or could do. So yeah, I don't know. Bummer on that. So if you do want to do that hike regardless, I would recommend taking the pathway that's laid out on the left side of the falls as opposed to the one that is laid out on the right. The right is definitely not quite as well maintained, and it is very slippery, especially if it was to be like wet season or after the rain. I think that would be just a nightmare to climb up. We went up the left side, and there was a bit more of like stairs sort of mapped out for you, and then we kind of walked slash partially slid down the right side of the falls just to see what it would be like. And yeah, definitely do the left side if you're going to do the hike. But as for the falls itself, if you're not interested in hiking all the way around, it's not a super strenuous activity for you. We decided that we were going to get a private driver from town so that we could control what time we left and what time we came back, and the price for that normally is about 250,000 kip, and I will leave like all the little conversions sort of in the that like to slide right in. But 250,000 is normally what it goes for. We negotiated for 180,000 for a tuk-tuk there and back to have a private driver. And then if you are a little bit more flexible as far as time limits go, for about 30,000 to 60,000, depending on how many people, you can sort of hop in with a driver who is taking just like a random group of people down. The only thing with that is you are at the mercy not only of like when those people want to leave the waterfall, so like everybody has to be together obviously for you to go back, but you also need to wait for the driver to like congregate, to bring together, to find enough people to get into the vans before you leave. So if you were to go down there at 9 a.m. and negotiate with the driver for say 30,000 to get in on a joint group, but he needed 8 people for that group and there weren't 8 people available until like 11 in the morning, you're just kind of waiting around to go. So that's just something to think about. We were on a time schedule, so we had to do the driver or it just wasn't going to work at all. But I know people that have done both and both seem to work well, just depending on what your limitations are. Once at the falls, the entrance fee is 20,000 kip, so not very much. And I'd say it's definitely worth it. There are also change stations there, there's toilets there, and there are a couple of places to eat and or picnic once you're in the park or the waterfall area. And then there are 2 of the sort of like lower levels of the falls that you are able to swim in. So the first one, or the lowest one, it has like, it used to have a rope swing, it doesn't now, but it's like a deeper sort of swimming area and usually a little bit more busy. And then the next sort of tier up where you are allowed to swim is like a little bit quieter and just like, it's really nice. But they do have those little fishies that bite your feet, and just something to like be warned of is if you do have like cuts or scrapes or scabs or anything on your feet from your adventures so far, they will come in and like nibble those itty bitties off. Just, yeah, letting you know. But that's gonna be it for me for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed our adventure out to the falls here in Luang Prabang. In our next video, we're going to be heading further into Laos to Vang Vieng, and we're gonna have a whole other spot to share with you, a brand new boutique hotel and tons more adventures. So if you enjoy travel content, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you wanna see more, because you know you do. And until next time, stay great, travel safe, and I'll see you in my next video.